Hey, beautiful friends. Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. We are checking in for your energies. Let's see what is going on, dear friend. For our Pisces sun, moon, and rising, this is a general and timeless read, and we will be doing it extended at the end. So if you feel connected throughout this message, you're welcome to jump in onto the first link below to get more connected. So first up, we've got Angel of Strength. Ooh, we've got Yin Yang energy. We've got the Garden and the Gate, and Rest and Rejuvenation. So let's see what the major themes are coming on through. All right. So first up, Pisces, I feel there's a situation here, a connection, a dynamic. The yin yang energy I do take as kind of like a twin flame, soul connection of some kind, something that I feel is wanting to infuse here. At the same time, there's something here that I just feel is a little uncertain right now, or maybe a little bit on the quiet side. So I don't know if this is a new connection that you've kind of got the confidence, put yourself out there for, have entertained, they've entertained you, maybe building something, but there's a feeling here of some form of connection wanting to come in or is trying to get your attention. I'm hearing, and this is really important for someone here, that if you are not in connection or have met a connection that just feels like it's been a little off or not right, there's something here about a reason for that, and important to witness yourself through this journey and through this path, because if there is something that comes in that's not meant for you because you are operating at a high vibrational energy, naturally attracting in, you're either in your feminine or you're operating as a divine masculine, connecting with your feminine, whatever this is right now, if there is a situation that you've been uncertain that has gone quiet, I feel there's going to be a reason behind this. And this could be part of your own growth, your own awakening to actually recognize the difference between, trying to, have attention with something or someone versus the intentional connection around a situation. So there's something about this that I feel is very important here that comes into strength to make decisions that are in alignment, but also to, having the confidence to do what you need to do in making also those decisions as part of the process, which is kind of like that yes, no energy, the drawing in and acknowledging, what, this isn't in alignment. It doesn't mean you have to totally disregard it, but I feel there's something right now that you might be feeling pulled towards, pushed, especially in this full moon energy that we're still in and will be for the next couple of days. And also too, we've got Venus in the mix. We've got Mars in Pisces. There's just a lot of things that are happening right now energetically for you, which is around a lot to do with relationships. So naturally, there are going to be things that are highlighted throughout the next couple of weeks as we get into the eclipse, where we might be seeing a lot of change. And this change is for good. And the change is supposed to be supportive for you, even though sometimes a loss, can be felt. The gains that come with that are quite incredible, and I feel like life is setting you up for success right now. So it's a matter of kind of working with that energy that's going to really support you here right now. So let's see more what this is, because I'm just getting a sense here that something that you thought might be more, if it hasn't worked out, there's a particular reason, and I want to uncover that, and I feel like that's what's showing up here, and you may not be realizing it. So let's just get a couple more. Okay, look, kicking off, I'm taking this under the Angel of Strength energy. As you guys may know, or if you're new here, sorry that my camera's a bit crooked. Let's see what's going on here. No. Maybe I'm just crooked. What's going on here? I've had one of the kiddos using my setup, so I probably should have checked that a little bit more. That's all right. We will get there. All right. What I feel is happening here, and sorry, just quickly circling back around. If you are new here, you may not be aware, so I'll let you know that I don't read reversals. If something comes in reverse, I'm paying attention to it. It wants me to pay more attention to it. That's how I've always read. So just so you are aware, the energies are really good with all the different gifts. I get the visions, as in I get sight, hear, feel as well. So combining all those, spirit is usually very, very kind in allowing that to transmute through here. Okay, so what I'm getting a sense of, there could have been a connection that was a bit more on the like very attractive energy. You potentially were both attracted to each other. I don't know what capacity that was, but I feel like there's something here about perhaps connection or communication was on and then maybe off again, especially because this was showed up in reverse. So there's something around the communication or the movement forward of this, and maybe you're sitting in the, I don't know what's kind of happening here. So I don't know if this is a new connection for you or something or someone of interest here and perhaps wondering where it's going, or there is someone soon to come in for you. I do not feel this is about, I'm not getting a sense right now this is an old flame like you've had a long time connection with. I feel like this is more new fun energy coming on in, or something that you're exploring. Let's get a little bit more on this yin yang energy. So we've got 9 of emotions. And Page of Cups. Yeah, so I'm getting a sense here that there is something right now around your sense of this wish, looking at that genie in a bottle, is that what you call it? Genie in a bottle? Yeah. Where you kind of rub it, make a wish. And I feel like this is what it's about. Perhaps that's what you're calling in right now, what you're seeking. So naturally, when you're calling in things, if you're operating in the right energy, you'll start noticing people or situations that arise. And then it's obviously the discernment that comes with that. And sometimes it's compatibility. There's the attraction piece. Connection at the end of the day, which is relatively important. And I feel like there's something here about some desire is presenting itself or has presented itself. And I think the question is like, is this my person? Or some belief of wanting this to be your person. So I think there's a lot more to this, like I said, but let's dive in a little bit deeper. Okay. This showed up yesterday. I did a special session for our members of the Soul Collective, where they connect into the extended readings and bonus sessions. And one of the things that was coming up was how the feminine right now is, like, what experience they're going through with the divine masculine. And it's really interesting because this is the impact of a connection that seems to be having on our divine feminines right now, okay? And the Garden of the Gate kind of is showing up in the same energy with this Queen of Voices. And it's like this lack of clarity of not knowing what's going on and wanting to understand the truth of a situation, or like, what's going on? I just want to understand, or I want to be able to have this conversation. And maybe right now that's what you want to know. Perhaps are you on the same page? Are you feeling the same thing? Because there was some offer presented, and I just feel right now that this is impacting you in some way or another. And perhaps not realizing you could be kind of cutting things out, shutting things down, which is putting more things in question for you. I'll just do that, shall we? Okay. So yeah, I'm just getting something in respect here of you're acknowledging how this situation is making you feel. And I think that's really important. You might be really interested in this, but if you're really looking at, well, what's the potential, you kind of can't see it. And it's either you take a chance on it or you don't, or you listen to your intuition or you don't. Make a decision or you don't. You can wait and see what happens and see where it leads and takes you. But we're moving into the rest and rejuvenation energy, which seems to want to say a little bit more here. Yeah. So you've got the 2 of Pentacles, Two of Materials, and the Six of Inspiration energy. So what I'm taking from here is that if anything's unbalanced, I believe it's because communication may have come and slowed down or have come to a halt of some kind, or sometimes with an intensity of a connection, it can sometimes create a place where people, and I'm saying people, I'm generalizing, making a general statement of this type of energy, which you'll understand if it relates to you or to the person that you're dealing with, is that sometimes when there's intensity of a connection and people don't know how to deal with that. Some people just don't know how to deal with that. Either because they're not ready to really feel what they're feeling. They haven't healed from something else before. Maybe that's just not what they're used to experiencing in a dynamic and the depth, and it's causing or creating some distance here. And I feel that's been, again, what's showing up in the energy. There may be some distance with a connection right now, because someone's not feeling, I feel just like at a place of ready to be able to manage it is what I'm getting with this Two of Materials. But I feel that someone wants to here. Someone wants to bring this into a place of, I got this. I can make this work. We can make this work. I want to succeed at this. I want to make this right. I don't know if what they're potentially juggling or the situation that you're experiencing that feels like this, but I feel there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that you may not be aware of. And naturally too, if this is a newer energy and newer connection, you're getting to know each other. Maybe you're not knowing this person a little bit more from a distance. Maybe, you know, like I said, it's more, you guys are more communicating perhaps online, back and forth text messages or emails or whatever it may be. But there's something there that you feeling like, oh, like this had significant potential. Oh, like maybe this is, you know, a person I can do life with. Maybe there's soulmate energy. I don't know what you're feeling or experiencing, but underneath it, it just seems like there's a potential for something. But also at the same time, there's this, it kind of shifts into, if it hasn't already, or you're starting to feel like the attractive energy is like, well, we were so attracted and connected. I thought this was going in the right direction. And now you're kind of looking out here going, maybe you're not sure because of the way someone's showing up, because there's definitely been interest expressed. But then there's uncertainty. And then you've got, again, I'm not sure. So maybe you're the one who's also cutting out, taking a break. But I think there's this part of you too, not realizing that you're also expending, transmuting, that's the right word, energy. So this could also be reflective of how the masculine is also showing up, because maybe they are feeling your energy if you guys are quite connected. But like I said, there's something here about maybe there's going to be some success after a little bit of time of being able to get to the other side of this and connect in a way that feels good for everyone, or like whatever direction that you're going, you're feeling proud of it. You're feeling good about it. So I really do like that. What does Pisces need to know about this connection, please? Okay, you got the Ace of Inspiration and the Sun. So I don't know if there's like new passion going to be ignited, new communication that comes in that puts light on this situation, that allows things to feel good and feel free with it, especially with the Ace of Inspiration and the Sun. Let's get a little bit more on what we need to know here. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we need to know about this connection? So the Nine of Inspiration and the Page of Voices. I feel like someone may be presenting themselves, Pisces, in a way that they're confident, they've got it together, but underneath they've got a lot going on. The Nine of Inspiration is kind of like that battled, warrior who's just been in and doing everything. There's exhaustion there, but they're still moving forward. They're still carrying on. It's kind of like they're brushing themselves off and I've got it, especially with this energy. It's showing a lot of power, a lot of forthright energy of like, I've got this and I'm going to keep showing up like this and kind of nothing's going to knock me down. So there can be a bit of ego that's put in here. Obviously the sun energy, Leo energy can also sometimes present that. Sun energy also being masculine energy, but there's something here. I definitely feeling a lot of masculine energy on this occasion coming through the Nine of Inspiration as well. It's kind of like I get knocked down, but I get up again and nothing's going to keep me down. So I don't know what this person is going through right now, but it's interesting that we also have this Page of Voices energy showing up because I feel like there's something or someone here right now that is looking upon what you're doing, what you're up to. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of investigative energy. I'm not sure what that's about or who is participating in that, but if someone is used to someone operating in a certain way, not you, like I'm talking about like maybe you, put it this way, maybe you are used to someone responding, reacting a certain way when it comes to perhaps this situation, okay? And you know how sometimes there's this, I don't know why these visuals and why this story is coming in, but I hope this makes sense as I'm unfolding it. It's kind of like that dog that's kind of been hurt a bit, the dog is loyal, loving and caring, but they also know in certain situations, it's like, this can be scary. And, am I safe in this new environment? Am I safe with this new family? Am I safe with this new potential of who's welcoming me in, right? Let's say that this has been with a family or a dynamic and has kind of like gone on their own journey and reconnected with a new family. They've still got things to learn, to know that they're safe, to know that they're in a place of, being appreciated, being valued and being cared for. And then they nurture back as well. And I feel like a little bit of that energy here that maybe someone is used to being treated a certain way or not feeling valued or not feeling enough. I'm not sure exactly why that energy in particular is coming on in, but that's what it's kind of telling me here. So maybe like, I don't know what it is. It's like someone is kind of watching what's happening to see what's happening, if that makes sense. And I'm not sure if it's the way, like certain behaviors or certain reactions around this. But I feel like there's a little bit more underneath here. Priestess energy. Yeah, like there's more underneath here that I don't think is being shared, and you probably know it as well. What else do we need to know here? So interesting because this came out in yesterday's read. Like the extended was about the lack from the masculine. Can we get more on this Five of Materials and what this represents, please? So I'm getting the masculine energy here, okay, in what the advice is related to the masculine. I feel right now the masculine is not sure where you're standing. And that might sound silly or whatever you may feel about that. But that's what I'm getting here is whoever you're dealing with in terms of this situation, because you might be in such an energy of like, well, if you're interested or you want to connect or you're desiring this, you want them to come to you because you're trying to really hold space from the Empress energy. But also remember that naturally the masculine also needs to know and to feel validation that they're wanted, that they're also desired. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street when you come into connection in wholeness. And I feel like this could be why there's this uncertainty. Okay, I'm kind of getting a bit of that energy looking at, okay, what's the possibility of this? Maybe thinking about you a lot here, but they're feeling like they're at a loss with you with this Five of Materials. So energetically, intuitively, Pisces, what's coming in for you? Because I feel like there's a part of ourselves sometimes we need to look at that we might have expectations of someone or a situation, but we're also not living to that. And take this more than anything for what it is, because it was a really interesting conversation I had with someone, and I just feel this is so relevant right now, and it's really coming into the energy big time of late, especially since I'd say this weekend and the like as we're getting into this full moon eclipse. And I think there's just something right now in the energy with the understanding, the growth that's happening around relationship dynamics. But I just feel like sometimes is that, maybe you want the full truth, you want them to be vulnerable, and you want all these things. But the question is, are we also showing up that way? Are we being cautious, protecting ourselves, keeping certain things to ourselves, right? Because intuitively you're sussing out the situation. And they're probably doing the same thing. So sometimes we just have these expectations that I think are in good spirit, but it may not be the right time. It may not be, maybe that's date 18 as you're getting to know each other. I don't know. Maybe 10th conversation. There's something here about it, like understanding that things can move at a different pace, but in addition to the different pace, like sometimes it's like the season of life that we're in, building the trust, building the safety around the connection, but also too, you're not going to know someone's wounds at the end of the day. They might tell you things, but you're not going to know everything. And you may never know. I mean, I think of the time, when I've been married, like I don't know that person fully. And sometimes you don't ever know them, and sadly, but I think there's something here about there's more underneath these layers, and just be mindful of judgment. I think absolutely, if you're not getting what you need out of a connection and a person isn't showing up and they're showing you signs that they're not showing up, sometimes that's just the answer that you seek. But I feel like if this is something that you believe has more to this connection, we can see that there's a spark being created, something livening up here, light shining on a situation that has very determined energy, but it still has this bit of weight on it with this 9 of inspiration. It's a lot of effort for someone, or I'm just getting a lot of effort, okay? Because this is big effort, like someone trying to keep up. And that's what might be happening here. Someone's got so much going on. So if things have been quiet, I don't think this energy is perhaps mature enough right now, or they're at a capacity that they just can't keep handling it, but they believe that this is going to help them get to the other side, and then they can come in with this vibrant energy and show up. But it just seems like an effort. And I'm not sure if this is making sense to you, or you can take this and kind of go, okay, just to have a perspective on this, that not everything is as it seems. And I think sometimes we can be so harsh on people and not actually reflect on, well, if they said this to me or did this to me, how would that make you feel? Because I think we all try to show up in the best version of ourselves, I'd like to believe. And at the end of the day, we're also trying to protect our hearts, protect our minds, and build trust, and whatever that may be. And I just feel like something here, someone is not feeling enough in some area of their life. I don't know if they don't feel enough for you. And I feel someone's questioning here on whether they can live up to you, or give you what you need, or if you're actually as interested in thinking about them the way that they're thinking about you. There's something around it. And I can understand if there's kind of mixed signals here, because that's what we're showing up in terms of this energy of like, something's missing here, and I don't know what piece of that puzzle is for you. You will know that more than I will, because you're in that specific connection. But I do feel intuitively there's probably parts of you that feels like this could be something, and I think there's parts of you thinking maybe not, because I'm not getting what I need, and it feels like unbalanced. I don't want to have to put all the effort and energy in. And I can see you here looking at this going, maybe I just need to cut this out, or maybe I just need to wait and see and then make a choice. Like there's a lot of, I want to do this, or maybe I should wait. So that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. And I don't know if this is in fear, in trust, in your intuition, what's coming up here. But I do feel that whatever this successful point is for you, or around this situation, maybe there's a sense of freedom by not having contact. Maybe there is like, okay, I want to figure certain things out for myself and need to get my life, my own things, my own desires into full power and feel really good about where I'm going and what I'm doing. And then it's like, well, maybe when that happens, that's where the success comes. That's where the victory comes. That's where you get to cross the line and allow to bring in this beautiful energy. But I feel there's a lot of work right now for someone here, whether it's you, the connection that you're dealing with, to really put in an effort. And maybe they're going through their own healing experiences. Maybe they're figuring out what makes them happy, because I just feel there's a lot of change for a lot of people right now in different dynamics, family dynamics, new way of living, especially, I do most of our group here, with the Soul Vine Collective and the channel. A lot of us, are 30 to 65 here. You know what I mean? So lots of us have been through different experiences, have been married, have been widowed, have been in some really tumultuous relationships, some really beautiful relationships. And a lot of us, I think, are rediscovering ourselves and what makes us happy and what is next in our lives, right? And I feel there's something about this right now that, one, it's like being gentle on yourself, but also recognizing maybe that the energy you're dealing with needs a little bit of that grace as well. And I'm not saying put up with someone's shit who's like, breadcrumbing you. I'm talking about someone that if you believe that they're a genuine connection, because I can see that there's a bit of spark here, a bit of interest, a bit of spark, but I'm also sensing that only you can discern the quality of this person and if it's actually going to match the life that you want. People show you who they are pretty upfront, I do believe, but it doesn't mean that you're always going to know all of them. But I feel like habits and behaviors, they're going to show you whether they're interested or not, connected or not. And again, sometimes it can, you could be with someone for 3-4 months initially and still may not know a lot about them. So again, I'm not sure what dynamic you're in right now, but I do feel this is a newer energy that you're dealing with, Pisces, or getting to know, or someone you will get to know. That again, there's something here about someone, you're feeling a bit of spark, you're feeling a bit of woohoo energy that I think's exciting, and the way that you guys are communicating and the potential for there to be something pretty significant here. But it's just like it goes on a high and then has a bit of a dip. So I'm not too sure what part of this journey that you're on, but I can really sense it here that just someone is not perhaps feeling enough for you, or they've got their own stuff going on that, I think it's a way that they're viewing themselves, right, at the end of the day, and where they could be in question or withdrawn because of this situation. So I'm going to dive into the extended, and the extended is going to go into you and them, how they're feeling, what they want to share with you, what's hidden, and we'll kind of, go into that energy and see what else we need to know to support your journey. So if you want to connect into that, again, it's the first link below. If you would just love to join our free Soul Collective, jump on in. We've got some really cool events going on that you can participate in, and check out more. And then, get connected to a whole bunch of different people, get energy updates, things like that. This is all about your soul growth and journey and how we can support each other. Much love, guys, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye.